Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhang dhammang sanghang namasami. So this is the second Wednesday, the 12 Saturday, second Saturdays of the 12 coming up. And hopefully things are winding down, not. Still a lot of things happening. Kutis coming, workshop to be built, people coming and going, busy weekends. And a full-on schedule. Some can say it's intense, but not really. Amidst all the moving things, responsibilities, our own desires, other people's plans and agendas. So how are we supposed to cope with all this? How are we supposed to do? And I think it's helpful to reflect on these three things, but I'll get to that later. I just want to mention that the dorm kutis arrived, and it's actually quite nice. I had a quick look in there, and it's fire resistant. Most people know, thick concrete, and it's 8 tons, so a lot of biomass certainly to keep the heat in, and the coolness in, and great sound system, great acoustics for chanting actually. So that was very nice, and yeah, it was a nice gesture. This is, I think it's the next thing for the what. We're moving on from the shipping containers. The dome kutis are the way to go now. We'll see. But anyway, back to the Dhamma talk. What are the three, I think they're helpful to bring up these, the three things. And one of the three things that we should contemplate moment by moment when you're wondering, what should I be doing? Three things to contemplate is that, should I get this right? What is the most important time? Is it the past, when you're 20 years old, when you're strong, healthy? Or is it 50 years ago, when the environment was much cleaner, you don't have all these fires, you don't have all those pollutions? Or is it sometime in the future, when things are just going to be perfect? Some ideals. You have self-driving cars, you don't drive anymore, you have robots to do everything you want, don't need any garakas, you have robots come offer everything for you, make your teeth just the way you want them. Probably not. What is the most important time? And as practitioner, you probably know. The most important time, really, is not some ideals of the past that we remember, gloss over, retouched, or ideals of the future where we project our wishes and wants. The most important time, really, is right here, right now. It's the present moment. Because it's the only time we have. Everything else is just a memory or a fantasy. Right? So the most important time, no matter what we're doing, most important time is right here, right now. Not 5 minutes in the past, 5 minutes in the future, not yesterday, tomorrow. So as a fairly busy person, I try to keep that focus. What's the most important time? Not to get caught up with the things I have to do or things that's gone by. What's happening right here, right now. Right this moment. And trying to be present, open, to receive the present moment as it has arrived. Whether I'm ready or not, it's here. So reflect on it. The most important time is the present moment. So right here, right now. And that brings up, who's the most important person? Is it me, the abbot, the monastery? No, it must be the cook. The cook who does all the cooking, feed us. That's the most important person in the monastery. Is it the electrician who's coming to fix things finally? Or is it the most important person? Your parents who give life to you? Ajahn Chah, who inspires us all to be here? Buddha? Oh, that would be close. The Buddha is the most important person. Who is the most important person? We think, no, it's me, of course. I'm the most important person. No, the most important person, really, in the world. And that changes. It's not you, it's not your parents, it's not your partner. The most important person in the world is the one that you're with. So I try to keep that in mind. Whoever I'm trying in front of me, try to give them undivided attention. Try to focus. And be present to what their needs are. Whether they're, how can I make them feel like they're the most important person in the world? Give them my undivided attention. To tune out all the noise around me. Really focus on what's happening between me and the person that I'm with. That's the most important person in the world. And when you're not with anybody else, as hopefully it happens a lot in the monastery, when you're back in your hut, when you walk in the forest, when you're meditating, who is the most important person? And it's you. When no one's around, you're the most important person to yourself. So be open, be present to what it is that you're feeling, to the thing that's going on with your head, your body. Be tuned to the person that you are. So much of our life, we live in a world trying to be the person that we should be, or feeling remorse, the person that we were. No, be open to the person that you are right now. What does that mean? So be kind, be gentle, be open. Enjoy your mistakes, but also all your strengths, all the goodness inside of yourself. The wholesome qualities that you developed. So wherever you are, whoever you're with, that is the most important person. And when you have that attitude, reminded that the mind tends towards more acceptance, more gratitude, more care and compassion. The most important person in the world. Because there is no guarantee. Person, when they go, they leave us. That might be the last time we see them. So I want to make sure that our interaction, whoever's in front of us, is as kind, as gentle, harmonious as we can. Doesn't mean we push over. Sometimes it's good to have firm boundaries. Sometimes it's good to give reflection on people. They can understand, improve their mistakes, or it is that they're making karma, bad karma for themselves and others. So the most important time in the world is the present moment. The most important person in the world is the one that you're with, whoever that happens to be. And what's the most important thing to do? As a fairly busy person, sometimes, or other things, you just want to get rid of things and get on to the next things. You have your chores to do. You want to get rid of the chores and you go back to meditate. Or you want to finish the kitchen so you can go home, go back and have a rest. What is the word ever do? So what is the best thing to do? Now we have this most important person in the front of us. Most important thing to do. Should sit and meditate with them. Have tea. Talk Dhamma. What is the most important thing to do? And that also changes. Most important thing to do is to really care, to receive them, to listen, to be open. And as practitioners, that's what we're aiming for. We're not saying we do this perfectly every day, each and every moment, but that's good to always to bring up how can I be more caring, gentle. How can I find ways to lessen the suffering of the person, of the people I come into contact with? How can I increase their sense of well-being and happiness? Because sometimes, it seems the path can be very confusing with lots of things to do and think about. You have the 5 khandhas and the Eightfold Path and the 7 factors of enlightenment and all sorts of ideas and things to do. But as a child always encourages us to do, just keep it simple. It's only body and mind here. Only in the present moment. We're not here to be anybody. We're here to become anything. We're here just to learn, to let go, learn to be at peace with things as they are. Learn to increase wholesome qualities and decrease unwholesome qualities, whatever they may be. And each and every one of us is different. Different things to work on. Sometimes a bit more energy, sometimes a bit more kindness and gentleness, sometimes a bit more sharpness. Sometimes you do have to give feedback that are not so positive to people. But hopefully we do it from a place of gentleness, a place of kindness, a place of wanting to help people, to improve. So there's a few more weeks to the rains, and as things are settling down. And maybe it's Mara, because every time we want to settle down, things just seems to become more busy. But that's just, it is what it is. And part of the practice is, just to accept things as they are, work with them as best we can, like I said, meet the present moment with openness, with peace and stillness. And it is what it is. As Ajahn Chah used to say, if it shouldn't be this way, it wouldn't be this way. But it is this way. It can't be any other way at this present moment. So the job is try not to push anything away, not to hold on to anything, but to allow things to arise and pass away according to their conditions. And we stand still, stand firm in the here and now, receiving things with as much gentleness, compassion as we can. And we make mistakes, there are unpleasant moments, so always opportunities to learn. It always reminds us, how do we grow in wholesome qualities? That's what we're all here for. Not to grow in, to be somebody, to get anything from the path. That's the thing, the more you learn to be with things, the more you learn to relinquish things, to let go, to disappear, you'll find the more sense of ease grows, sense of well-being. The lighter you become, the more happiness you experience. So as we gather here on this Saturday, to come together, to support each other, a mutually beneficial journey, this journey towards peace and simplicity, journey towards kindness and gentleness. Hopefully we remind ourselves the three most important things, hopefully to center our awareness, to bring into focus, allows us to be more present, allow us to bring some clarity into our interaction with each other. Also allow us to grow in Dhamma each and every way, each and every day. So as we live in community, we are each other's important people. We help and nourish each other. But the way that is, our path of practice is supporting. Hopefully we find inspiration among each other. So I offer that for your reflection tonight.
Namayang Dhammavarikataya Sadhu Karang Dharamase Sadhu